Hey everybody, really quickly, give me a quick 5 minutes this time as well. We're going to talk a little bit about limitations, and I really will want to speak this quickly, but I need you to get this. So I'm going to take 5 minutes this time, but this 5 minutes can be life-changing if you apply it. So listen, we're going to be talking about Ezekiel 47, 1 through 12. I'm not going to read it all. I recommend you do. But I just want to tell you what this story is about, and some of it I will read. But basically, this story is about these waters that are coming from under the door of the temple and flowing out of the south side of the altar, right? Which typically means that, these waters are flowing from out of the temple. We are the temple of the living God. That means that the blessings and the water and what we need flows out of us. It's in us and it flows out of us. It's not outside in, it's inside out. And so this water is flowing out of him, right? It's flowing out of the temple, and it is going and it's watering everything in its way. But as you begin to read, it says in verse 2, it says, then he brought me, okay? So this angel or this man is bringing Ezekiel to see these things. And it says, he brought me out of the way of the gate northward, and he led me about without unto an utter gate by the way that looks eastward. And behold, there ran waters on the right side. Verse 3. And when the man had the line went eastward, he measured 1,000 cubits, right? And it says, when he measured, he brought me through. The waters were to my ankles. Okay, so the water was to his ankles. Verse 4, and then he measured another 1,000. He brought me through the waters, and the waters were to my knees. And then again he measured 1,000, and he brought me through. Oh, this is so good. And the waters were to my loins. Verse 5, afterward he measured 1,000, and it was a river that I could not pass over, for the waters were risen, and the waters were to swim in, and the river could not be passed over. And he said to me, son of man, have you seen this? And then he brought me and caused me to return to the brink. Oh my God. Do y'all see that? He was brought through the water when it was to his ankles. He was brought through the water when it was to his knees. He was brought through the water when it was to his thigh. But when he got to the point where he said the waters couldn't be passed over, then he said there were waters to swim in. Then he said it could not be passed over. I could not pass over. And then the angel said, do you see this? Or the man, whether it was the angel or the person that was showing him this, said, do you see this? He said, yeah. And then he brought him back to the brink. This is what I want to tell you about your limitations. He said he couldn't pass over, even though he was brought through when it was to his ankles, even though he was brought through when it was to his knees, even though he was brought through when it was to his thigh. But it got to a place where in his mind, he said, I couldn't get through. It was waters to swim in. Then why didn't you start swimming? The angel was with you. God is with you. Why did you not start swimming into the deep to see? If you brought me through when it was my ankles, if you brought me through when it was my knees, when you brought me through when the trouble was to my thigh, why did you not keep going? Because he said, I could not pass. You had to swim over it. I could not pass. The angel said, okay, I'm gonna stop right here. I'm gonna bring you back to the brink because you're not ready to go further. I want to tell you today, what has God already brought you through? Over and over again in different levels, but you stop right there. God will not take you further into the deep if you say in your mind, I could not pass over. You didn't pass over when it was to your ankles by yourself. You didn't pass over when it was to your knees by yourself. You didn't pass over when it was to your thighs by yourself. So why would you stop here and think, now that I have to swim in it, it's too deep for me, I can't pass over? It's the same God that'll bring you through. It's the same God that'll bring you when it's waters that you have to swim in. Do not let your own limitations limit God in your life. He has so much more for you. When you come to the place where it's like, oh, that's a river, I can't do that. Say, same God, bring me through. Same God, bring me through. I want to see what's out in the deep. I want to see what's out in the river. I want you to take me further. And trust me, wherever you keep moving forward in, God will continue to move. He'll move more. You in the deep, now he'll go deeper. You further, he'll go further. It's so much more to God. Trust him and don't set limits.